I took this dress from zero to over £72,000, which is about $80,000. And 95% of that came from organic content. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact strategy that we use to consistently get sales of this dress. Too many of you are launching dresses and products that nobody wants and that the sales are way too inconsistent. So if that is you, get locked in. It's time to learn. Number one, before you do any kind of marketing, you first need to know who you are designing for. You need to understand the woman that you are designing for. And this simply means you need to know, where would she wear these clothes to? Is she going for a brunch? Is it her birthday? Is she going for date night? Is she going to a festival? You need to have this in mind when you are designing an outfit. When I designed this dress, it was very much for the girl that wanted to dress up for her birthday. She wanted to go on a date night. It was those late evening vacations. I understood that any woman that was going to get this dress, she was most likely going to go to one of these places. And what happened? When we would get tagged on Instagram, on TikTok, the girlies were dressing up. They were going for their birthdays. They were going for those vacation nights. And I wasn't surprised, because this is exactly what I designed it for. You need to get in the mind and the lifestyle of your dream customer. Understand her music, understand her tastes. What other brands does she love? Of course, the places that she's going to, you need to know that especially. Have a very clear understanding of how she would style her outfits. Is she wearing it with high heels? Would she wear an outfit with a really massive bag or something that is a bit elegant? You need to not only understand where she's going, but the overall aesthetic of your girl. The best way that you can do this is to think about, okay, what is a brand that already exists that has the same girl, the same customer that I'm targeting? Then you need to go on their page and look at the girls that are tagging that brand. Once you do this exercise, guys, your eyes will be open. It will really help you understand the exact lifestyle and aesthetic of your girl. There is so much information online. There is no reason that you shouldn't have a very clear picture of the girl that you are targeting. This is the first mistake I see a lot of new fashion founders make. They have no clue who they're targeting. So when it comes to their marketing, when it comes to the actual design of the clothes, they're confused. Therefore, the end customer is confused. And that is a big reason why sales can be slow or pretty much non-existent. So before you design your next outfit, before you even think about starting a brand, please get locked in when it comes to building your target customer. This is a step that cannot be missed. Okay, so you've got your customer profile. Now you need to ask your current community audience, or just on social media, what styles they actually want to see from you. This is a really amazing piece of market research. Before I create anything in my brand, we will always go on our Instagram stories and we will literally be like, hey guys, we're currently working on our new drop. What new pieces do you want to see from us? Because in 2026 and beyond, there is no need to take any risks when it comes to the styles that you release. When it came to this particular dress, we actually already done this dress, but in a different print, and we brought it out during the summer. So when we asked our girls, okay, what do you want to see from us in the autumn? So many people said, can we get new colors of the Janelle? And I was like, oh, okay, great. Since you guys have requested this, absolutely, let's do it. The Janelle butterfly sold well, but guys, the Janelle Pink Rose, I think we made almost triple the amount of sales. This is the power of listening to your customer. Now, if you are completely new to this and you don't have a community yet, that is fine, but you will need to go onto social media and literally ask social media, ask TikTok, ask Instagram. Hey guys, I'm starting a brand. This is the vibe I'm going for. What kind of pieces do you absolutely need in your wardrobe? Guys, I did this a couple months ago. I don't even have a big following on my own personal TikTok. And so many people replied, telling me what kind of pieces they wanted to see from my brand, telling me what kind of pieces they needed in their wardrobe. You do not have to be banging your head against the wall, not sure, not certain what pieces people actually want to wear. So make sure that you go online, that you tell people what you're working on, and that you ask for their feedback. If you already have a bit of a community, ask your community. Go on Instagram stories, TikTok stories. You can even do a live and ask people, what pieces do they want? What do they want to wear for their birthday? What do they want to wear when they go out to brunch with their girls? What are they like longing for that's missing in their wardrobe? You will be amazed how many of the girlies will answer these questions. I see a lot of the girls, especially on TikTok, they come on and they say, hey guys, I'm really looking for some cool brands. Can anyone let me know where all the cool girls are shopping? And guys, this content always goes viral and people always comment all these different brands where they are shopping or where you can shop from. So that is exactly the same thing. You're asking TikTok, you're asking social media for feedback, for advice. This is such a key step in your market research process. So make sure to do this when you are starting your brand, especially, but even throughout the process of building your brand. Ask your community, and if you don't have a big one, ask social media. Okay, so now that we have done that foundational work, it is time to get into the marketing. We were able to take this particular dress to 72,000 because of this exact marketing strategy. Number one, we always do founder content. Before we release any new drop, any new style, we as founders, that's me and my sister who I own my fashion brand with, we will always tell the story of what inspired a particular dress, top, skirt, you name it. We will always let the girlies know the exact inspiration. This is important because people love to understand the story behind what you are designing. So before this style was even available to buy, we went onto Instagram, we went onto TikTok, and we created content that spoke about the story of this design. This particular dress was all about femininity and our love for the female form. We also explained the fact that it was a move on from one of our best-selling dresses that happened this summer. And we also spoke about the fact that during that time we released the dress, that kind of off the shoulder shape was really, really popular. And we wanted to bring that in to our collection. And people loved it. You know, our customer loved it. People that hadn't heard of us also loved it. And this isn't just a piece of content that you do once. This is a piece of content that you should be doing at least once a week, where you are educating people, where you are sharing your story, sharing the inspiration. I know it will feel repetitive, but when it comes to the algorithm, TikTok, Instagram, they're always pushing you out to people that have never heard of you. And this content tends to do really well in actually getting new people into the funnel of your brand. So do not miss this step. 2026, whatever you are launching, don't just launch it. Make sure to tell the story. Speak about the fabric. Speak about the print design. Speak about exactly what inspired you and where you got these ideas from. This is really going to position the piece to make it feel actually quite premium because it feels really considered and thought through. It's not just another dress that's just been released by a brand, yet another brand just releasing another drop, another dress. When you tell its story, It positions it as premium. It makes it feel special. It makes your customer really feel like, wow, so much time and effort went into designing this dress. And that is what is going to evoke desire in your dream customer. So make sure that you are doing this style founder content when it comes to your next design. Number two, this is the area that I would say you kind of do the most amount of content, and this is lifestyle content. Under lifestyle content really comes that entertaining and styling content. What do I mean by that? You can do an outfit of the day. You can do a get ready with me. You can have your models doing funny voiceovers if that's your brand vibe. But once you understand the lifestyle of your customer and the lifestyle of your actual brand world, this is where you start to create content that aligns with this. I see so many brands make the mistake of booking a studio that is just a white wall, and then they do a content shoot with their models, and it has absolutely no personality. It isn't going to attract your dream customer because, quite frankly, it's boring. It doesn't show the brand world and the identity of your brand. And this is what you need to remember. Your content is about showing the identity of your brand. So when it came to the Janelle Pink Rose, when it came to this dress, we were always doing content where the girls were in a really vibey, aesthetic apartment because that aligned with our customer. We did content where we actually booked out a restaurant that had a really lovely bar and we created content there. We gifted influencers that aligned with the lifestyle of this dress, of our brand as a whole. All of this work together made our content not only go viral, but this is what brought in those consistent sales for this dress. When it comes to your content, guys, if you want to have those consistent sales, number one, you need to keep restocking the dress. And number two, you need to keep on creating content. Once a particular content shoot dwindles away, you do it again. I think we did about 3 shoots or so for this dress, and that is what carried it through and enabled us to scale it to £72,000. So make sure that you are looking at influencers, content creators that are within the niche of your brand, and that's going to help you really map out what content you can be doing that is aligned to the lifestyle and the styling and aesthetic of your brand. Now, the third piece of content we kept on doing was educational content. And that simply means we were educating our customer where they can be wearing this dress to, how they can be styling it. And I love to do this by using flat lays because you can literally educate your customer and inspire them on where they can wear your dress to. So we would do flat lays that had different vacation places to go to, and we would style an outfit based on if you were, for example, to wear this dress to Dubai, or if you were going to wear this dress in New York. We also would align it to handbag brands. We also would align it to perfume brands, jewelry brands, and showing really how the girls can style this product, showing them what shoes they can wear it with as well. Everything that makes up putting this amazing outfit together for that special occasion, we were educating our girlies on how to wear it. And our customers love, love, love this kind of content. We would put it on our TikTok stories, we would put it on our Instagram stories. And it's a really good way to keep your customers engaged because we would do things like choose your favorite look, and we would do a poll. And this is a really great way as well to get engagement because we would show all the different ways to style the dress and ask our customer what their favorite look was. So to recap, you want to do educational content, lifestyle content, and founder content. You need to carve out this content strategy and make sure that you are doing them every single week on a consistent basis. If you are serious about building a six-figure fashion brand and beyond, this is what it is going to take, guys. So if you are like, Alice, I get it. I need to create my content. I need to understand who my customer is, but I don't want to do it alone. I want to make sure that I do it the correct way. Then I would love to have you in our membership. We currently have over 58 women that are building their brands. These are girls that are just in the process of starting their fashion brand, or they are in a very early stage of starting their brand. In our membership, you are going to get bi-weekly calls from myself and my business partner. You are going to get access to the full training of how to actually successfully build a brand. And we do a new masterclass every single month, because let's face it, fashion is always changing, marketing is always changing. And so we want to keep you girlies up to date. So if you want to know more about the #1 membership for new fashion founders, all the details will be in the description. Okay, so let's get right back to it. The fourth method that we used to take this dress to over £72,000, which is $80,000, is we had an email strategy. Now, for starters, once your website is live, you want to make sure that you are using Shopify. I will always recommend Shopify and only Shopify. Do not start your brand using any other e-commerce platform. The best one is Shopify. And what you will need to do is make sure that you have a pop-up on your website. So for us, we had a pop-up that said, sign up now and you will get 10% off your first order. We would always test this out. Sometimes it would say get £10 off your first order, but you want to make sure that throughout the duration of having your brand that you are always collecting emails, because having your customers' email is the best piece of data that you can have. It is more important than your followers. It is more important than any other part of your brand when it comes to your marketing. You want to go directly to the inbox of your customer. So we would, on a weekly basis, always make sure that we were emailing our customers. So sometimes we would show the other girls that were wearing that dress. So we would pretty much show the UGC content that came in that week, and we would title that email "You in Bemi" and show all the different girlies that were wearing that dress. Sometimes we would show the influencers that were wearing that dress in our email. Other times we would just show the educational content again, but show it to the email list. You have to understand that all these different touch points are so important, because not everyone is going to see your social media post. Not everyone's going to see that TikTok or that Instagram reel. So you want to make sure that you are sending that email, because that might be the thing that converts them, that makes them buy into your brand. And so we were always having a solid schedule where we would email out our customer base every single week talking about this dress. And typically it was either UGC or our educational content. Another great email we would sometimes do is founder favorites. And this is where I, as a founder, would talk about some of my favorite pieces that week. So that was a really great way to show that dress and to give it a kind of different angle when emailing my customers. A really great way to get email ideas, guys, is make sure you are signed up to your favorite brands. Make sure you are absolutely signed up to your competition's emails, and start to take note of the type of emails that they are sending. I've got so much inspiration from other brands. This is such a great way to see what people are doing in the market when it comes to your emails, and you can start to do your own version of this. So do not miss this step when it comes to getting inspired for your own emails. And if you're not sure what email platform to use, I would 100% recommend Klaviyo. Klaviyo is an email provider that majority of the fashion industry is using in this space, and I cannot recommend them enough. So girlies, that brings us to the end of the exact method that I used to scale this dress. I hope that you took down notes, that you have learned something. And remember, if you do want to be coached by myself, you want to be part of a group of other like-minded women that are also building fashion brands, then I'd love to see you in the membership. All the info is in the description.